At Medgar Evers College, City University of New York, through the visionary leadership of President Rudy Crew and Provost Augustine Okereke, the Entrepreneurship and Experiential Learning Lab was established in fall 2015. Academic programming was developed to optimize comprehensive experiential learning through co-curricular academic activities. EEL programming was funded through a grant from Carnegie and a CUNY Strategic Initiative Investment Grant for Social Justice and Social Entrepreneurship. As a result of the funding, the college has supported local and global academic programming to include entrepreneurial study abroad to Kenya, China, Jamaica, Japan, Thailand, and Santo Domingo. 2 international conferences on social business and corporate social responsibility hosted at MEC, 2 international conferences sponsored by Startup Africa hosted in Nairobi and Virginia, 4 peer-reviewed publications, business plan pitching, which yielded the first woman winner in CUNY history, internships with entrepreneurs, industry mentors and coaches, publication in Chilean journal Inglo Mayor on MEC School of Business, presentation at Windsor Castle Workshop in London, publication and presentation at ACBSP Eastern Region 1 Conference in New York. The conferences, while held in Brooklyn, had participants from Kenya, Jamaica, Chile, and the US. During the conference, the participants agreed to partner and collaborate on research, publications, and funding opportunities. Since the conferences, the participants have jointly presented and published 2 papers. One on corporate social responsibility at the International Academic Conference in August in Paris, and the most recent paper on preparing students for careers in entrepreneurship. Dr. Jo-Ann Rolle, Dean of the School of Business at Medgar Evers College, and colleagues Dr. Jacqueline Kisato of Kenyatta University and Dr. Roberto Acevedo of Universidad Mayor, Chile, presented the paper. Dr. Iris Billy was also a co-author of the paper. During the introduction, the need for more global job creation was discussed. The ability for students to find meaningful work after graduation is a global challenge. Job creation, through innovation and entrepreneurship, is increasing as a partial solution to the challenge. The research question addressed in the paper was, what are the determining factors that both motivate and challenge students looking to pursue a path in entrepreneurship? Dean Rolle, Dr. Kisato, and Dr. Acevedo compared findings from the students of both Medgar Evers College and Kenyatta University. One of the first significant findings that sparked interest was that the biggest motivator to start a business for both schools was identifying a need and then capitalizing on it. Students also said that the idea of becoming their own boss and realizing a vision on their own were strong driving forces in their entrepreneurial pursuit. One of the biggest discrepancies noticed between the 2 schools was the greatest challenge they faced in starting their own businesses. For Medgar Evers students, it was fear itself that served as the biggest challenge, while Kenyatta University students felt that a lack of startup capital was their biggest challenge. Corruption practices were a significant demotivator for Kenyatta University students, while for Medgar Evers students, it wasn't an issue at all. This highlighted a key cultural difference between the 2 schools. Although these findings showed some disparities between both schools, they both shared many of the same motivators and challenges. People of different cultures and economies can and do experience the same problems cross-culturally. Much like in the United States, younger generations of developing countries have the formidable task of creating and innovating their own careers and businesses. Our students are without a doubt the next generation of innovation and development, and it is vital for us as teachers and mentors to motivate and inspire them. As competition continues to rise, quality education is more crucial than ever, and it is our hope to instill the passion and pursuit of success into our students so that they can become self-sufficient entrepreneurs. Dr. Acevedo addressed the global employment and entrepreneurial factors faced by students in Latin and South America. In Latin America, the demand for labor is competitive as small economies struggle to develop and grow. As there is less growth in the economies, students are faced with the challenge of mastery of skill to either become more entrepreneurial or obtain employment. Dr. Acevedo encourages students to engage in career planning earlier, to determine their lifelong dreams and then execute a strategy for pursuing them. In closing, each presenter discussed specific takeaways. Number 1, more global partnerships and collaborations among academics, industries, and governments are needed to address worldwide challenges, such as economic development in underserved communities and developing countries. Number 2, entrepreneurship is necessary to increase job creation and innovation outcomes. Number 3, program and curriculum review of our academic objectives should be addressed constantly to improve human capital investments and outcomes.